Hello and welcome to a unboxing and first impressions video on Elie Saab's Essence No. 4 Oud from the now discontinued La Collection. So I previously unboxed this one here, Essence No. 1 Rose with the shittily applied label, but I actually have even higher hopes for Oud. First of all, I do like the rose, but the opening I did find a little bit disappointing. There was this weird synthetic bubblegummy thing, way too sweet, before the fragrance got a lot better. And then you have this weird thing where sometimes it goes very woody rather than rosy. But why I think this oud might have some potential is because, like the rose and everything else from this collection, it's done by Francis Kurkdjian. And this came out in 2014, just 2 years after MFK released his own Oud. So not the satin mood, not the silk mood, not whatever other moods, just Oud. This time the label is stuck on properly. You can see here the batch code. I think this might be 2020 or something, or older. Same magnetic cap, same pressurized sprayer. But yeah, this came out 2 years after the MFK Oud, which is probably my favorite Kurkdjian fragrance from his own line that I've smelled. So what I liked about that one is that it has this really nice medicinal saffrony, oudy, leathery thing. So it's very spicy and woody, but it also is laid upon a base of these Kurkdjian style clean French musks. And I look at this, which is done by the same perfumer just 2 years after, and it also features notes of oud, saffron, and cinnamon. I don't think the original oud had cinnamon, but I'm not completely sure. I'm just really hoping that this captures some of that I really like about the Kurkdjian oud from his own line. So let's give this one a spray, and I'll tell you my thoughts if it can replace the one from Kurkdjian's own line, because this one you can still find on discounters for a great price. And if that's possible, then I'm gonna save myself a lot of money by not picking up that 70 ml of the oud. All right, let's give this one a smell. Okay. So the answer to my question is yes and no, at least on first impression. This definitely has very dusty saffron, and it definitely has a medicinal thing, and definitely has a big leathery thing. And it's not overly sweet. It's not overly dirty. I don't think there's any natural oud, or if there is any, it's a tiny amount. I think he claims Laotian oud for his own fragrance. I don't think they even claim any natural oud for this one. I'm not completely sure though. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it has this big saffrony, dusty, medicinal, twangy, leathery bit. It's kind of rubbery. It's very dry. It has like a peppery thing, something slightly incensey in here. There's a cedary thing. There's some slight smoky facets, maybe some gaiac wood. But I like this one. I like this one immediately a lot more than the rose. So I think these were made to layer. So maybe I will try to combine them at some point, even though I don't really believe in layering for the most part. Yeah, this is nice. It's very peppery actually. There might be some elemi in here. It might be, I don't know what exactly does give me that pepperiness. It could be like just a very big cedar. It has a very slightly sweet thing, but it feels like the sweetness is coming from the saffron and the woody thing. Oh, this is nice. I like this one a lot. Wow. There might be some vetiver in here as well, like a very dry vetiver, very woody. Nice. On first impression, it doesn't feel like it goes overly into that synthetic sandalwood thing, so overdoses of nolimbanol that I often get in Oud Accords. I feel like it doesn't do that here. This feels more Kurkdjian-y in like a French way, like a bit of a softer touch. So this makes this very woody medicinal thing wearable by most people, I would say. Even, you know, what might come off as a traditionally masculine fragrance, I feel like this would work great on a woman as well. Yeah, no, I really like this one. I'm very, very positively surprised. I'm not sure. I think the MFK Oud, so the oud that he brought out on his own line, is a little bit sweeter and a little bit more substantial, a little bit more based on musks, so it feels more powerful. It feels a little bit fluffier, a little bit less dry, and like I said, a little bit smoother and sweeter because it feels like he put a little bit more musks, white musks, so laundry-like musks into his own fragrance for his own line. But who knows, they might come out here as well. I definitely get a parallel. They feel like they're related, you know, maybe this is the younger brother. It's a little bit, you know, more wild, maybe a little bit less muscular, but they come from the same family. And no, this is nice. This is really good stuff. It almost feels like a slight fruitiness in here as well, which I don't know, it might be some like this sort of pink peppery fruitiness. It might be, well, it's like sort of an abstract fruitiness, maybe like a dried fruit thing, like some dark woods as well. Can give sometimes a little bit of like dried fruits, like prunes, maybe raisins, that sort of thing, you know. There's something slightly licoricey in here as well, but not overly licoricey. This doesn't do like a Cecile Zarokian Oud Zarian thing. Just like loads of spices. And I think primarily this is a woody, leathery fragrance. So if I were to put like, or maybe spicy, woody, leathery. So those three are the big categories of this fragrance. But it's starting to feel like it's getting more rounded off. So the top was maybe a little bit heavier on the spices and the smokiness. And now it's starting to a little bit calm down, get, you know, rounder, settle a little bit. It feels like almost the sweetness is coming through. So there could be like some slightly sweet resins in here, like some labdanum, some benzoin, or some other source. But it's definitely still leaning dry. It's definitely still heavy on that saffron. Really, really medicinal, leathery saffron here. And maybe it's actually the cinnamon, which, if I'm being honest, it doesn't smell like a very heavy cinnamon, but there's like this very light woody thing, woody smoky thing that maybe I could interpret as cinnamon, that could also lend some of the sweetness here. But this is, to my nose, a lot better than the rose. So if you can see both of these on a discounter, the rose one, it's a lot sweeter. The rose one is very, very sweet. The rose one is very heavy on the vanilla. And I really, really love that I can barely, if at all, detect any vanilla in this one. I want to say maybe might not even have any vanilla, or if there's any vanilla, it's a tiny amount. It's just lovely dark woods, leathery saffron, dusty dry spices. Yeah, it's got this sort of mysterious feel about it. Perfect fragrance for dark clothes. Perfect fragrance for leather boots, leather jacket. But somehow polished. It doesn't feel, so you'd still have to be a clean person. This still smells sort of clean. There's no dirtiness, there's no barnyard, there's no cheesiness, there's no fermented stuff. It has a certain sophistication about it. And it smells far better than, you know, the 45 euros that I paid for this 100 ml. Yeah, I'm actually really, really happy with this purchase. So this one will for sure be part of my regular rotation. So I'll try to wear this maybe once a month. at least for now. I'll try to layer it with the rose, you know, for classic rose oud, but I fear that if I layer these two, it'll just the rose might overpower it. The rose and vanilla might just come off very strong. But maybe this sort of medicinal leathery darkness will anchor the rose and pull it, you know, a little back and make it a little bit more balanced. So I'm not saying the rose is bad. I still like it. I like the dry down a lot, actually. It's a really, really nice unisex rose with, you know, big vanilla and big woods. Also reminiscent of kind of the Oud Satin Mood style. But I feel like this one actually can compete in terms of quality with the MFK Oud. It's just more quiet, right? It's a lot more quiet. You would have to spray a lot more. You would have to maybe reapply. I figure it might stay around long as a skin scent, but it won't be a huge projector. The rose, in fact, I was saying it wouldn't be a huge projector. This one performs surprisingly nicely, actually. This one does diffuse quite well. This one, it feels like it's even quieter. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, overall, very happy with this one. I feel like this is a big success. Grab them while you can. You know, the stock will run out eventually. They don't produce these anymore. This one I can definitely recommend if you are into dark, leathery, woody, medicinal, spicy fragrances. If not, stay away from this one. It might not have any dirty oud, but it still lacks the sweetness that, you know, most noses are looking for today. So don't expect it like a big cinnamony, woody, sweet fragrance from this one. It's dark, it's leathery, it's dry, it's bitter, it's medicinal, it's slightly smoky, but I love that. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was nice. I hope you liked the video. Take care, be safe, be kind to each other, and be kind to yourself. Until next time, bye-bye.